But nowadays, because of the introduction of the electric instruments, the bass part is now played by the electric bass. So therefore, my part, had I been playing the bajo, would have been only playing the rhythm parts on the bottom 2 or 3 strings. And it sounds very different if I were to play it right now. I can just play very short. What I was trying to do is, see, there's a lot of missing part on the upper bass because the electric bass would have been playing that part. And consequently, because of that, the upper strings are no longer played anymore. And even the 6th string is gone from the quinto. It is still played in like mañanitas when you really need to play at least some lower bass parts.
Yeah,
but it's gone.
Mañanitas is when you go serenade at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, your loved one, and you don't have any electricity or anything like that, so you have to use the acoustic instrument. Then you know that you need it.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of las mañanitas since we announced it.
Okay, imagine this. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're sound asleep, and you're deeply in love, and you're wondering where your boyfriend, because this is from the boy to the girl. You're wondering what he's up to, and he might be out with the boys, living it up. Then all of a sudden,
just had an argument too.
Or two, yeah. So
or it could be Mother's Day.
It could be Mother's Day, and then all of a sudden, out in your window.
Esas son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David. Hoy por ser día de las madres, las cantamos aquí. Despierta, mi bien, despierta. Mira que día amaneció. Y a los pajarillos cantan, la luna ya se metió. Qué linda está la mañana en que vengo a saludarte. Venimos todos con gusto y placer a felicitarte. Ya viene amaneciendo y a la luz del día nos dio. Levántate, madrecita, mira que ya amaneció.
After that happens, everything is back to normal.
Anyway, the bajo sexto was used a lot with the lower notes, and of course nowadays it's very, very seldomly used the lower notes. What I'd like Benny to do now is play a little chotis for you, and we'll try and demonstrate that part.
Accordions come in set keys, okay? So you can only do so much with one particular accordion if it's in a particular key. This one here is in the key of G. G, C, and F. G, C, and F. And the other one is in F, B, and E, I think it is. But the key of G is a little bit brighter, and it just sounds a little bit happier when we do chotisas.
Okay.
And the nice part, thank you. accordion
The
is
last part about playing the
everybody has to tune to you because because you can't go in there and fix the reeds, etc., which is another art entirely different. And our father taught us how to do that. It's just so time consuming that.
I just came along to do some singing, but sure, I mean, what?
But let me tell you how
Okay.
she got started in the band. It was almost 25 years ago, maybe a little bit more. See, we were all teenagers, so we felt that it wasn't.
My place was in the kitchen helping mom. You can say it. You can say it.
No, it was just. Let me tell you. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But let me tell you why. Because at that time, at that particular time, we were not professional musicians, and as young kids, we had a very interesting Saturday morning. It all depended on what day of the month it was. If it was haircut Saturday, because our dad would give us haircuts, If it was haircut Saturday, this is the way the day went. The older guys would get their haircut first, right? And since I was the last one, I would always get it last. At just about the time when Mighty Mouse would come on, and I'd miss out on the cartoons. Okay, so that was okay. Then after that, we'd have the afternoon to ourselves to do our chores, whatever we had to do. Okay, and then mom and dad would go off and get the groceries for the week, and then my mom would come back, and she would always buy one particular shirt for each one of us. The same type of shirt, and sometimes my grandmother would make our shirts. Back then, they would sell flour. 25-pound sack of flour made out of you did that too. So and that's where we make our tortillas, so naturally we have to have an abundant supply of flour. So my grandmother wasted nothing, and she made little shirts for that. From there, we had supper around 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we would relax for a while, and then we would get on the car and go to the nearest cantina. And then my father had an arrangement with the bar owners, and we would sit there and we would play for an hour, and then they would pass the hat, and we would collect, $10, $15, and then we would go down the street, take a break, and then we'd go down the street to the next one and stuff like that. And we would do that till about 11:30, and then we'd come home with all these bundles of coins that he always took care of. And that was basically it. So you see, there was no place for a young lady to be, hanging around with the guys, especially in cantinas. Then as our group progressed a little bit better, we started to sing and play in social functions where, we were able to my mom was able to take my little sister. Then lo and behold, one day, the guy who sang in the band took off and left. He just left,
Well, he migrated to California.
But we didn't know that he was leaving.
That's right.
And we had a gig that day, so lo and behold, guess who was recruited to sing? My little sister.
And ever since then, she's been with us.
Absolutely. Never regretted it for one moment.
Song for you now. Maybe you can do Vida, Regálame un Besito. And that's a ranchera for you.
Regálame un besito, así de chiquitito, nomás para probar tu boquita. Vida, regálame un besito, así de chiquitito, no te hagas del rogar. Hey, wait a minute, I wasn't finished.
I'm sorry.
¿Para qué me dices que me quieres si después te me haces para atrás? ¿Para qué prometes tantos placeres si no te animas a pagar? Yo no sé qué hiciste con mi vida, solo sé que sueño con tu amor. No seas malito, ya no me hagas sufrir. Ven junto a mí, calma el dolor. Piensa que yo sin ti me voy a morir. Tú serás mi salvación. Vida, regálame un besito, así de chiquitito, nomás para probar tu boquita. Vida, regálame un besito, así de chiquitito, no te hagas de rogar. best thing to do, huh? Now I tell them when they can finish, right?
Well, since we're running out of time, I would like you to perhaps ask them some questions or requests. If you would like some music.
Does anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
We do El Rancho Grande.
Can we do El Rancho Grande? Absolutely. Here we go. But you gotta give us a grito on this one, okay? That's it.